Close your eyes now and let your mind drift to a quiet, sun-kissed town nestled in the heart of Mexico. Its name is Santa Cecilia, and it hums with a gentle energy, especially during the festive days leading up to a very special celebration. Imagine the sweet scent of marigolds and the warm glow of candlelight, for this is where our story begins, a tale of family, memory, and the enduring power of a song. In this lovely town lived a boy named Miguel Rivera. His family, a bustling, loving group, were renowned shoemakers. Their shoes were strong and comfortable, a source of great pride. However, there was one thing noticeably absent from their home, one thing that was spoken of only in hushed, regretful tones: music. Many, many years ago, Miguel's great-great-grandmother, Mama Imelda, had been married to a musician who left her and their young daughter Coco to pursue his dreams of fame. Heartbroken and determined to protect her child, Mama Imelda had forbidden all music from their lives, and this tradition had been passed down through generations. But Miguel, dear Miguel, had a secret. Deep in his heart, music blossomed like a hidden garden. He adored the legendary musician Ernesto de la Cruz, whose captivating songs filled the airwaves and whose films graced the silver screen. Miguel dreamed of playing the guitar, just like his idol, and secretly practiced in a quiet corner of his family's attic, his loyal, scruffy street dog, Dante, often by his side. As the eve of Dia de los Muertos approached, the Rivera home filled with preparations. This was a day when families honored their ancestors, inviting their spirits to visit by placing their photos and favorite things on a beautifully decorated altar called an ofrenda, while helping his beloved great-grandmother, Mama Coco, a sweet, gentle soul with a memory like a faded tapestry. Miguel stumbled upon a very old, torn photograph. It showed Mama Imelda and little Coco. But what truly caught Miguel's eye was the missing face of Mama Imelda's husband, carefully ripped away, and next to it, a familiar-looking guitar. It was the same iconic guitar played by Ernesto de la Cruz. A joyous spark ignited in Miguel's heart. He was sure de la Cruz was his great-great-grandfather, and this meant music was in his blood. Eager to share his wonderful discovery, Miguel tried to tell his family, but his excitement was misunderstood. His stern but loving grandmother, Abuelita Elena, discovered his secret musical passion, and in a moment of distress, accidentally broke his cherished guitar. Feeling utterly heartbroken and misunderstood, Miguel made a difficult decision. If he couldn't get a guitar from his family, he would find another. He remembered hearing that Ernesto de la Cruz's famous guitar was kept in his mausoleum. With a hopeful yet anxious heart, Miguel slipped away to the grand mausoleum. There, he gently lifted de la Cruz's guitar from its resting place, hoping to borrow it just for the talent show on Dia de los Muertos. But the moment his fingers brushed the strings, a magical and mysterious transformation began. Suddenly, the world around him became vibrant with colors unseen, and he found he could see the spirits of his own deceased relatives who had crossed over the marigold petal bridge to visit for the holiday. Miguel had accidentally been cursed, you see, and had crossed into the land of the dead. He had to receive a blessing from one of his ancestors before sunrise, or he would remain a spirit forever. His family, led by his spirited great-great-grandmother, Mama Imelda, found him. They were eager to send him back home, but Mama Imelda's blessing came with a condition. Miguel must promise to give up music forever. This Miguel simply could not do. His heart yearned for music, and he knew he had to find De la Cruz to get a blessing that wouldn't silence his soul. So Miguel set off into the glittering, lively land of the dead, a place of towering buildings, singing skeletons, and friendly, fantastical creatures called alebrijes. He soon encountered a charming, somewhat mischievous skeleton named Hector. Hector was an unremembered spirit, meaning no one in the land of the living displayed his photo on an ofrenda, and he was slowly beginning to fade away like a whisper in the wind. Hector, seeing Miguel's predicament, offered a deal. He would help Miguel find De la Cruz if Miguel, once returned to the land of the living, would place Hector's photo on his family's ofrenda, ensuring Hector could visit his own family. Together, they navigated the bustling streets, encountering many colorful characters. They even participated in a music contest, where Miguel bravely performed. All the while, Mama Imelda and the rest of Miguel's family, guided by Mama Imelda's magnificent alebrije, Pepita, were searching for him, worried about his well-being. Finally, after a series of gentle adventures and close calls, Miguel and Hector managed to reach Ernesto de la Cruz's magnificent mansion, where a grand party was underway. Miguel was thrilled to finally meet his idol, convinced he was his true ancestor. He shared his story, and De la Cruz, initially delighted, seemed to welcome him. But Hector, having always known De la Cruz, felt a deep sense of unease. He confronted De la Cruz, reminding him of their shared past, of the songs they had written together, and of a fateful night so long ago. Then a most unsettling truth began to gently unfold. De la Cruz, in a moment of chilling honesty, recounted how he had poisoned Hector many years ago, stealing Hector's songs and claiming them as his own to achieve fame. Hector, in turn, revealed that he had been trying to return home to his beloved daughter, Coco, when De la Cruz had taken his life. Miguel's heart sank with a heavy weight. His hero was a villain. His great-great-grandfather was not Ernesto de la Cruz, but the kind and funny skeleton, Hector. In a moment of cruel revelation, De la Cruz had Miguel and Hector captured, throwing them into a deep, forgotten cenote, a natural pit, to ensure his secret remained hidden. It was there, in the quiet darkness, that Hector shared his most precious memory, a tender song he wrote for his daughter, Coco, "Remember Me." As Miguel listened, the pieces of the puzzle clicked into place. Hector was Mama Coco's father, Miguel's true great-great-grandfather. Just as hope seemed to wane, Mama Imelda and the family, guided by Dante, who had transformed into a spirit guide, a vibrant Alebrije himself, and Pepita arrived, swooping down to rescue them. The truth of Hector's identity and De la Cruz's deception was now clear to them all. They knew they had to get Hector's photo back from De la Cruz and place it on their family's ofrenda before sunrise. Otherwise, Hector would be forgotten forever. The family, united in purpose, stormed De la Cruz's grand concert hall, where he was performing for an adoring crowd. In a dramatic but measured confrontation, they exposed De la Cruz's villainy to the entire audience, projecting old film clips that clearly showed him confessing his dark deeds. De la Cruz, in a desperate attempt to protect his reputation, tried to stop them from getting Hector's photo. There was a gentle, swirling chase across the stage, with Pepita, the magnificent Alebrije, ultimately swooping down and carrying De la Cruz away from the unfolding events. With the first hints of dawn painting the sky, Hector began to fade. There was no time to lose. Mama Imelda, understanding the desperate urgency and finally accepting Miguel's true calling, gave him a blessing without any conditions. "Go, mijo," she urged. "Go home and save our family." Miguel, clutching Hector's precious photo, raced across the Marigold Bridge, Dante by his side, just as the sun began to peek over the horizon. He burst into his home, finding Mama Coco, frail and quiet, in her bed. He knew he had to help her remember, to bring back the memories of her father. Gently, Miguel picked up his guitar and began to play "Remember Me." The melody, soft and sweet, drifted through the room. Mama Coco's eyes, once distant, began to sparkle with a faint light. She hummed along, her voice a fragile whisper, and then a gentle smile graced her lips. She began to sing the lyrics, remembering her beloved Papa. And then, as if a dam had broken, she began to speak, sharing stories of Hector and revealing a hidden box of his letters and songs, along with the missing piece of the family photograph, the very one that showed Hector's face. With these precious memories returned, Hector was remembered in the land of the living. His spirit, vibrant and whole once more, was able to cross the Marigold Bridge, finally reunited with his family on the other side. Time passed. A year flowed by like a gentle river. The next Dia de los Muertos arrived, and this time the Rivera family altar was more beautiful than ever. Proudly displayed were the photos of Mama Imelda, Mama Coco, and finally Hector, his face beaming, forever remembered. The family home was now filled with the joyous sounds of music, Miguel happily playing his guitar, sharing his gift with everyone. The ban on music was gone, replaced by a warm, welcoming embrace of their family's complete story. The Rivera family, strong and united, celebrated their heritage, their memories, and the beautiful music that connected them all, both in the land of the living and the land of the dead. And so, my dear one, as the moon climbs high in the sky and the stars begin to twinkle, remember the magic of this tale. That family is a song that plays on forever, and that love and memory truly bridge all worlds. May your dreams be filled with gentle melodies and sweet, peaceful slumber.